I used to believe love was enough. I said it out loud, said it often, said it to Lena when the lights were off and the future felt close. We're building something, I told her. Together. She laughed softly. Then stop worrying, she said. Trust me. I trusted her. That was my first mistake. Remember when we met, she asked one night, feet on the coffee table, phone glowing in her hand. I had nothing. You had ideas, I said. And fire. And you, she replied. You believed. I did more than believe. I paid. I listened. I introduced her to people who wouldn't have taken her calls without my name attached. Use my office, I said. Use my contacts. When her first venture failed, I told her, failing is expensive tuition. When the second limped, I said, keep going. When the third worked, she said, I did this. I smiled. You did. Say it louder, she joked. You did, I repeated. The apartment mattered less than the promise inside it. It had been my father's, passed quietly to me with a handshake and a look that said don't talk about it. Keep it simple, he'd told me. So I did. No bragging. No reminders. Just keys on a hook. Lena loved simplicity. Paperwork is messy, she said one morning, sliding a folder toward me. Let's clean it up. What kind of cleanup? I asked. The boring kind, she said. Names, dates. It'll help with taxes. Whatever you think, I said. She smiled. You're the easiest man to love. I signed where she pointed. All good? I asked. All good, she said, not looking up. Weeks passed. Then months. Her tone changed before her words did. Don't interrupt, she snapped once, then paused. Sorry. Stress. It's okay, I said. It's not, she replied. I need space to think. About us? About growth, she said. Please. That night, I tried again. Did I do something? She sighed. Why do you always need reassurance? I don't, I said. I need honesty. Then stop asking, she said, already walking away. The distance grew. She took calls in the hallway. She locked her screen when I sat near. When I asked, who was that, she said, work. One afternoon, I came home early. I dropped my bag, kicked off my shoes, and heard her voice from the bedroom. Calm. Confident. Not for me. Yes, she said, laughing. It's cleaner now. I stopped. Listened. No, he won't notice, she said. He trusts me. Silence. Then the sentence that broke the room. His name is no longer on anything. I waited for my heart to argue. It didn't. It fell quiet, like it already knew. I stood there, keys heavy in my hand, realizing love hadn't vanished in a moment. It had been erased slowly, line by line, while I signed and smiled, thinking loyalty was protection. I whispered, Lena, but she didn't hear me. My phone buzzed, a message from her, running late. I laughed once, quietly. Of course, I said to nobody. I sat on the edge of the couch and stared at the folder she loved. Clean, I muttered. The door opened. You're home, she said. Early, I replied. She frowned. Everything okay? Fine, I said. Who were you talking to? She met my eyes. Work. About what? Growth, she said. Why are you interrogating me? I'm not, I said. I'm listening. She folded her arms. You're imagining things. Am I? I asked. Because I heard my name. Her smile thinned. You hear what you fear. What did you change? I asked. Nothing that matters, she said. Don't make this ugly. I never do, I said. I make things simple. She nodded, satisfied. Good. I stood. I'm going out. Don't be dramatic, she said. I won't, I said. I'll be patient. She waved me off. Bring dinner. I picked up my keys again. They felt different. Heavier. Like they belonged to a place that no longer recognized me. I paused at the door, wanting to ask one last honest question, wanting to believe her answer could fix it. Instead, I said nothing. Silence, I learned, is what trust sounds like when it finally breaks. Outside, the hallway light flickered. I breathed in, counted steps, and promised myself I would watch, wait, and learn. Love had taught me patience. Betrayal would teach me precision. Not tonight, tomorrow, or soon, but exactly when truth demanded it. I was done being simple. Done for good. Finally. I kept replaying her voice in my head. His name is no longer on anything. I said it quietly while making coffee, like maybe the words would change if I heard them again. They didn't. They stayed sharp. Why are you staring at me like that? Lena asked. I didn't sleep, I said. She shrugged. You never do when you overthink. I'm not overthinking, I said. I'm remembering. Remembering what? She asked, already checking her phone. The papers, I said. The ones you asked me to sign. She sighed. We've been through this. Humor me. She leaned against the counter. It was basic restructuring. Did my name come off? She smiled, slow and patient. Why does that matter? Because it's my name, I said. Was, she corrected. Legally. My stomach tightened. You said it was for taxes. It was, she said. And efficiency. And trust, I said. She laughed. Trust doesn't pay bills. I did, I said. She looked annoyed now. You're being dramatic. I introduced you to Daniel, I said. And Rhea. And the investors. And I closed the deals, she said. Stop rewriting history. I never asked for credit, I said. I asked for honesty. You had it, she said. You just didn't listen. I followed her into the bedroom. Then say it clearly. She turned. Say what? That you removed me, I said. That you decided without me. She folded her arms. You wouldn't have understood. Try me. You don't handle change well, she said. You get sentimental. About my life? About comfort, she snapped. About staying small. Small? I repeated. I gave you room to grow. And I outgrew you, she said. The words landed clean. No echo. No apology. So what am I now? I asked. She hesitated. You're unnecessary. I laughed once. That's efficient. She checked the time. I have a meeting. Where? I asked. Does it matter? Yes. She grabbed her bag. I'm done explaining myself. Am I still allowed to live here? I asked. She paused. For now. For now, I repeated. Later that day, a knock came. I opened the door to a man in a gray jacket holding a clipboard. Are you the tenant? I live here, I said. He cleared his throat. I need a signature. For what? Notice, he said. Change of occupancy. I read the header twice. My name wasn't there. I didn't authorize this, I said. Ma'am did, he replied. My wife. Owner, he said. I closed the door slowly. My phone buzzed. Lena, don't make this harder than it needs to be. I typed back. When were you going to tell me? Dots appeared. Then stopped. Then appeared again. You would have panicked. I sat down. My hands shook. I called her. She answered on the third ring. You served me papers, I said. I warned you, she replied. About what? About not standing in my way. I never did. You existed, she said. That was enough. Where am I supposed to go? She exhaled. I'll cover a hotel. 2 nights. And after? That's your responsibility, she said. You're a grown man. Silence filled the line. I loved you, I said. I loved the version of you that didn't question me, she replied. The call ended. I packed one bag. Just clothes. No photos. No souvenirs. At the door, I looked back at the walls I thought knew me. Guess we were both temporary, I said. Outside, the air felt colder. My phone buzzed again. A message from an unknown number. This is a courtesy reminder. Vacate by Friday. I stared at it, then at the building. Okay, I whispered. You want efficiency. I walked away, finally understanding something painful and clear. Love wasn't signed away in one moment. It was initialed. Page by page. I slept in my car the first night. The seat wouldn't lean back far enough, and the street light blinked like it was judging me. You good? Rafiq asked on the phone. No, I said. But I'm quiet. That's not the same. I know. He pulled up an hour later. Get in, he said. I don't want pity. Good, he said. I don't give it. We sat in silence. Where's your bag? He asked. In the trunk. Figures, he said. You always pack light. I thought I'd be back. You won't, he said. Not tonight. I stared at the building. She said 2 days. She says a lot, he replied. At his place, he handed me water. Drink. I'm fine. You're shaking. I'm angry, I said. That too. I paced. She planned it. Probably. I trusted her. Definitely. Say something helpful. I am, he said. You're alive. That's the bar now? For today. I laughed, then stopped. She called herself the owner. Rafiq nodded. Did you check? No. Then do. Check what? Paper, he said. Truth lives there. I signed everything. Everything you saw, he corrected. My father hated paperwork, I said. He said systems forget people. Rafiq raised an eyebrow. Smart man. He left me the apartment. Then it's not nothing. I never asked. You never do, he said. You wait. I checked messages. Nothing from Lena. She always filled the silence, I said. Now it's loud. Good, Rafik said. Listen to it. The next morning, I drove to storage. The clerk squinted. Name? I told him. Units active, he said. No balance. That's wrong. He shrugged. Paid yearly. By who? He checked. Your father. I froze. Years ago? Automatic, he said. Smart. Inside, dust floated. Boxes stacked neat. A folder sat on top. You see it? Rafik asked on speaker. I see it. Open it. Deed copies, I said. Trust language. Read the name. Mine. Read the condition. Non-transferable without consent. Rafik whistled. There it is. My chest loosened. She can't finish. She can't remove me. Say it again. She can't. I sat down. I thought I lost everything. You lost comfort, he said. Not leverage. What do I do? Nothing, he said. Yet. I drove past the building that evening. Lights on. Music loud. She's celebrating, I said. Let her. I watched people enter. They're standing on my floor. Rafik chuckled. Patience. I touched the folder. I don't want revenge. Then don't, he said. Want balance. I want to breathe. Then stop chasing, he said. Wait. I slept better that night, not because I was safe, but because I wasn't erased. The car felt smaller. I felt bigger. In the morning, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? I said. Is this him? A woman asked. Yes. This is Nina from the office. Which office? The building, she said. We have a file issue. My name? I asked. Pause. Yes. Good. She hesitated. You're calm. I learned fast. We need a signature. For what? Verification. Send it. She did. I read. My name sat where it always should have been. Rafik smiled. See? I see. You okay? I will be. That night, I parked across the street. Why torture yourself? Rafik asked. I need to understand. Lena stepped onto the balcony. Phone in hand. Laughing. She looks happy, I said. People do, he replied. Before storms. I loved her. You loved the idea. What if she breaks? She already did, he said. You just felt it later. I don't want to destroy her. Then don't, Rafik said. Protect yourself. That I can do. My phone buzzed. A text from Lena. Where are you? I typed, learning. Dots appeared. Then stopped. She hates not knowing, Rafik laughed. So did I said. I started the car. This isn't over. No, he said. It's starting. I drove away, steady. I can breathe, I said. Good. I wasn't homeless. I wasn't powerless. I was awake. I waited without fear. I went to see the lawyer the next morning. I didn't tell Lena. I didn't tell anyone who would warn her. I walked in alone, carrying the folder like it might disappear if I loosened my grip. Name, the receptionist asked. I told her. She looked up. He's expecting you. That alone made my chest tighten. Mr. Hale stood when I entered. You look like your father, he said. I don't feel like him, I replied. Sit, he said. Tell me what happened. I told him everything. I didn't dress it up. I didn't protect Lena. I just spoke. He listened without interrupting. When I finished, he nodded once. Your father anticipated this. That I'd be betrayed? I asked. That you'd trust too easily, he said. He loved that about you. He just didn't want it to ruin you. He slid a document across the desk. This is the trust. I saw copies, I said. In storage. This is the original, he replied. Filed and enforced. Why didn't he tell me? I asked. He did, Mr. Hale said. You didn't hear it. I frowned. I don't remember. He said, don't confuse quiet with weakness, Mr. Hale continued. And don't confuse love with leverage. I swallowed. She thinks she owns everything. She doesn't, he said. She manages assets she can't sell. Can she remove me? I asked. No. Evict me? No. Lie? Yes, he said. Often. I leaned back. Then why hasn't this stopped? Because protection isn't interruption, he said. It's patience. What do I do now? I asked. You do nothing publicly, he replied. You confirm ownership privately. He tapped the paper. Your name remains. Always did. Will she know? I asked. Only if you choose, he said. I left the office lighter and angrier at the same time. On the sidewalk, I called Rafik. He planned it, I said. Your father, he asked. Yes. Good man, Rafik replied. I wish I'd listened. You are now. That night, I drove past the building again. I didn't park. I didn't stare. I kept moving. At a red light, Lena called. Why didn't you answer earlier? She asked. I was busy, I said. With what? Learning, I replied. She laughed. You and your phases. This one's quiet, I said. I need you to sign something, she said. I already did, I replied. No, this is new, she insisted. Just formalities. I don't sign things without reading anymore, I said. She paused. Are you accusing me? I'm protecting myself. That's dramatic, she said. It's precise, I replied. She exhaled. You're acting strange. I'm acting informed. You're not in control here, she said. I know, I replied. I never was. That confused her. I heard it in the silence. Where are you staying? She asked. Does it matter? I replied. Yes, she said. It reflects on me. I'll keep that in mind, I said, and ended the call. Later, I met Rafik for coffee. You smiling? He asked. No, I said. I'm steady. That's better. She thinks power is noise, I said. She thinks removing me made her strong. And, he asked. And my father built silence, I replied. Rafiq nodded. What's the plan? No plan, I said. Just timing. That's dangerous, he warned. For her, I replied. I went back to storage and looked through the box again. Notes in my father's handwriting. Dates. Small reminders. One line stood out. If they rush you, they're afraid. Lena rushed everything. I sent Mr. Hale a message. Proceed with verification. He replied immediately. Already done. That night, I slept somewhere clean and cheap. No music. No distractions. My phone buzzed again. Lena. I didn't answer. Another message followed. We need to talk. I replied once. We will. I stared at the ceiling and felt something shift. Not anger. Not relief. Control. Not over her. Over myself. My father hadn't left me a property. He left me time. And time, I realized, was the only thing Lena never learned how to steal. I stopped driving past the building after that. I didn't need to. News reached me anyway. She's hosting again, Rafiq said over coffee. Big crowd. Good for her, I replied. You don't sound bitter. I'm tired, I said. There's a difference. She's acting like a queen, he continued. Interviews. Photos. Confidence. Confidence is loud, I said. Ownership is quiet. Rafiq smirked. You really changed. I didn't, I said. I just stopped apologizing. A few days later, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? I answered. Hi, a woman said. This is Nina. I work with Lena. I stayed silent. She gave me this number, Nina added quickly. I hope that's okay. What do you need? I asked. There's some confusion, she said. About files. Whose files? Ownership, she replied. Your name keeps appearing. It should, I said. She laughed nervously. That's what I thought. What exactly is the problem? I asked. Well, she said, lowering her voice, Lena says it's a glitch. Does she? I replied. Yes, Nina said. But glitches don't sign themselves. I smiled. You're smarter than you sound. She hesitated. I don't want trouble. You won't get any from me, I said. Just tell me what you see. There's a review scheduled, she said. Internal. Ownership verification. When? Next week. Will she be there? Of course, Nina replied. She likes control. Thank you, I said. Should I? She began. No, I said. Just observe. After the call, I sat quietly. I imagined Lena pacing her office, smiling at people who thought proximity meant power. She's standing on your floor, Rafiq said later. I know, I replied. Does it hurt? It used to, I said. Now it clarifies. That evening, Lena texted me. Why are people asking questions? I typed back. Which people? Stop playing games, she replied. I'm not playing, I wrote. I'm watching. Minutes passed. You're trying to scare me, she sent. I don't need to, I replied. She called. I let it ring twice. What are you doing? She demanded. Living, I said. You think you're clever, she said. But you're irrelevant. Then why call? I asked. Silence. You're enjoying this, she said finally. No, I replied. I'm learning. You don't have leverage, she snapped. I don't need it, I said. I have truth. She laughed, sharp and brittle. Truth doesn't pay rent. I know, I said. Ownership does. She hung up. Rafik raised an eyebrow when I told him. You poked her. I tapped the glass, I said. She cracked it herself. Days passed. Nina sent small updates. She's angry. She's blaming legal. She's rushing things. I remembered my father's note. If they rush you, they're afraid. One afternoon, I sat across from the building, coffee cooling in my hand. I didn't feel victorious. I felt detached. She's hosting tonight, Nina texted. Big announcement. About what? I replied. Expansion, she wrote. She's confident. I watched guests arrive. Music floated through open windows. She looks happy, Rafik said beside me. She looks certain, I corrected. Same thing? Not even close. My phone buzzed again. Lena. Come talk. Like adults. I typed slowly. We will. Professionally. Her reply came fast. You're trying to humiliate me. No, I wrote. I'm letting you be seen. She stopped responding. We sat there longer than necessary. You okay? Rafik asked. Yes, I said. For the first time. She took your silence for weakness, he said. I gave it to her, I replied. On purpose. What if she collapses, he asked. She won't, I said. She'll tighten. And then? And then the truth will have nowhere left to go. That night, Nina sent one last message. Meeting confirmed. You're listed. I stared at the screen. They're ready, Rafik said. No, I replied. They think they are. I finished my coffee and stood. Across the street, laughter spilled from my building. I didn't smile. I didn't frown. I waited. And waiting, I realized, was no longer passive. It was preparation. I arrived early. Not to make a statement, but to remove excuses. The conference room smelled like polish and confidence. I took a seat near the end, set my folder down, and waited. Nina slipped in first. You're on the list, she whispered. I know, I said. She nodded and moved away. Lena entered like she owned the air. Let's begin, she said, dropping her bag. We're on a schedule. Marcus cleared his throat. Before expansion, we need to address verification. Lena smiled. That was resolved. Not entirely, he said. There's an inconsistency. She glanced at me. Why is he here? Marcus looked confused. He's listed. That's impossible, Lena said. Remove him. I can't, Marcus replied. He's required. I leaned forward. Good morning. She stared. This isn't funny. It's not, I said. Marcus opened a file. Ownership review shows an unresolved primary holder. That's wrong, Lena snapped. I'm the owner. Manager, Marcus corrected. Not owner. Her smile faltered. Explain. He slid documents across the table. The trust restricts transfer. Lena laughed. There is no trust. There is, I said. My father made it. She turned to me. You did this? I protected myself, I replied. You're lying, she said. You signed everything. I signed what you showed me, I said. Not what mattered. Marcus spoke carefully. His name never left. Lena stood. That's impossible. Sit, Marcus said. She didn't. You're trying to embarrass me. No, I said. I'm letting facts speak. She looked at Nina. You told him. Nina shook her head. The files did. Lena's voice rose. This is sabotage. Marcus sighed. This is verification. She pointed at me. Say something. I already did, I said. What do you want? She demanded. I want balance, I replied. She scoffed. You think this makes you powerful? I don't think about power, I said. I think about responsibility. She laughed again, louder. You don't belong here. Marcus closed the folder. He belongs more than anyone. Silence followed. Lena's voice dropped. Why didn't you tell me? Because you wouldn't have listened, I said. She stepped closer. I built this. You stood on it, I replied. Her hands shook. You're enjoying this? No, I said. I'm ending it. Marcus looked between us. We need a resolution. I'll buy him out, Lena said quickly. I'm not selling, I replied. You can't do this, she said. I can, I replied. And I am. She swallowed. Then what? Then you lease, I said. Her eyes widened. From you? From the property, I corrected. This is cruel, she whispered. It's fair, I said. Marcus nodded. Lease terms can be drafted. Lena laughed weakly. You planned this. I waited, I said. She looked around, realizing the room wasn't hers anymore. I trusted you, she said quietly. So did I replied. She shook her head. You always needed approval. I needed honesty, I said. Marcus stood. Meeting adjourned. Lena grabbed her bag. This isn't over. It doesn't need to be, I said. She stopped at the door. You could have forgiven me. I did, I replied. I just didn't forget. She left. Nina exhaled. Are you okay? Yes, I said. Marcus extended his hand. Well handled. I shook it. Thank you. As the room emptied, I stayed seated. Power hadn't shifted because I demanded it. It shifted because I stopped surrendering it. I stood, picked up my folder, and walked out calmly. Outside, the building looked the same. I was the one who had changed. And for the first time, I didn't feel small inside my own walls. She called me that night. Not angry. Not sharp. Quiet. I didn't expect this, Lena said. I know, I replied. You blindsided me. You erased me first, I said. Silence stretched. I let it. They're pulling out, she said. 2 investors. I heard, I replied. You didn't have to humiliate me. I didn't, I said. I stayed silent. That was worse, she said. I warned you, I replied. No, you didn't. I tried, I said. You were busy winning. She exhaled. I made a mistake. Yes, I said. That's all you have to say? What else is true? I asked. She hesitated. I didn't think you'd fight back. I didn't fight, I said. I stood. That feels like punishment. It's consequence, I replied. She laughed softly. You always needed the last word. I don't, I said. I need closure. Is this it? She asked. Is this how it ends? It ends how it should, I replied. The next day, Nina texted. She's not handling it well. I'm not responsible for her balance, I replied. Rafiq called me that evening. You okay? I am, I said. You sound different. I feel lighter, I replied. She came by the building, he said. I know, I replied. You weren't there. I didn't need to be. She waited, he said. I waited too, I replied. For years. Later, Lena sent another message. Can we meet? Professionally, I replied. She arrived early. No makeup. No confidence armor. This feels strange, she said. It should, I replied. Saturday, I didn't mean to hurt you. You calculated it, I said. I was scared, she said. So was I replied. I just didn't hide it. She stared at the table. I lost everything. No, I said. You lost control. She looked up sharply. What's the difference? Everything, I replied. She swallowed. Can you help me? I paused. With what? Time, she said. Space. You already have both, I replied. She frowned. You're enjoying this? No, I said. I'm done with it. She leaned forward. Then why am I still here? Because you're hoping regret sounds like forgiveness, I replied. Tears welled. I loved you. You loved what I allowed, I said. That's cruel. It's honest, I replied. She stood suddenly. You think you're better than me now? No, I said. I think I'm done proving myself. She laughed through tears. I should have known. You did, I said. You just ignored it. She turned at the door. You'll regret this. I already did, I replied. That phase passed. After she left, the room felt quiet in a clean way. Rafiq texted. You held the line. I held myself, I replied. That night, I walked through the building alone. No music. No voices. I touched the wall. You kept me, I said softly. The next morning, Marcus emailed. Lease declined. She's vacating. I read it twice. Nina followed up. She cried in the elevator. I didn't respond. Later, Rafiq asked, Do you feel victorious? No, I said. I feel finished. With her? With the version of me that needed her approval, I replied. I sat by the window as the sun dropped. Regret had come. Apologies had followed. Neither changed the past. But both confirmed the truth. She didn't lose me when I became her landlord. She lost me when she thought power came from removing my name. I closed the folder and set it aside. Tomorrow would be quiet. And for once, quiet felt earned. The building felt different once she left. Not emptier. Quieter. Like a room after an argument finally ends. Rafiq walked beside me through the lobby. You good? He asked. Yes, I said. I think so. You sound unsure. I'm adjusting, I replied. Peace takes practice. He nodded. What now? Now I live, I said. He smiled. About time. We stopped near the entrance. You staying? He asked. For a while, I said. I want to feel it. He clapped my shoulder. Call me. I will. After he left, I stood alone. No meetings. No voices asking for permission. Just me and walls that finally felt honest. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Hello? I said. Hi, a woman replied. This is Sarah. I'm looking at Unit 3B. That unit's available, I said. I heard the last tenant left suddenly, she said. She did, I replied. Is that a problem? She asked. No, I said. It's a beginning. She paused. You're calm. I worked for it, I replied. We met later that day. She was polite, curious, not impressed by titles. Do you own the place? She asked. I take care of it, I said. She smiled. That's better. She left with an application. No drama. No power games. That night, I sat on the balcony alone. The city hummed below. Lena's voice no longer echoed in my head. Not anger. Not love. Just memory. I opened my phone and deleted her contact. No ceremony. Just space. The next morning, Marcus called. Everything settled, he said. Good, I replied. You handled this with restraint, he added. I learned it late, I said. Late still counts, he replied. After the call, I opened my father's old notebook again. One last line caught my eye. If they take your name, give them time. Time gives it back. I closed the book. Weeks passed. The building ran smoothly. Rent came in. Problems stayed small. One afternoon, Nina stopped by. I wanted to say goodbye, she said. You don't work here anymore? I asked. No, she said. I chose differently. I nodded. Good choice. She smiled. You taught me something. I didn't try to, I said. That's why it worked, she replied. After she left, I walked through each floor slowly. I wasn't inspecting. I was reclaiming. At sunset, I sat on the steps outside. Rafiq joined me with 2 coffees. You look settled, he said. I am, I replied. No revenge fantasies, he teased. No, I said. They're loud. I prefer quiet now. He raised his cup. To quiet. To names that last, I replied. Later that night, Sarah texted. I'll take the unit. Welcome, I replied. I stood by the window again, watching lights turn on across the city. I thought about the man I was when I signed papers without reading. The man who believed love meant surrender. I wasn't angry at him anymore. He did the best he could with what he knew. But I knew better now. Lena thought removing my name made her powerful. She didn't understand what a name really is. It's not ink. It's patience. It's memory. It's the choice to stay steady when someone tries to erase you. I didn't win because I owned walls. I won because I owned myself. I turned off the lights and locked the door behind me. Not because I was afraid of losing something, but because I finally knew what was mine. And this time, I wasn't giving it away. The quiet didn't arrive all at once. It settled slowly, like dust after demolition. I noticed it first in the mornings. No tension in my chest. No urge to check my phone before standing up. "You look rested," Rafik said when we met for breakfast. "I am," I replied. "That's new." "So is honesty," I said. "With myself." He studied me. "You don't miss her?" "I miss who I thought she was," I said. "Not who she proved to be." He nodded. "That's the clean kind of missing." Later that day, I walked the building again. Not as a landlord. Not as a man reclaiming something. Just as someone present. A tenant waved. "Morning." "Morning," I replied. Simple. Equal. My phone buzzed. A message from an unfamiliar number. "I heard you're doing well." I stared at it longer than I needed to. "I am," I replied. Seconds passed. "I didn't expect you to be so calm," the message read. I didn't need to ask who it was. Neither did I typed. A pause. "I'm trying to rebuild," she wrote. "That's good," I replied. "Just don't rebuild on someone else." No response followed. I slipped the phone back into my pocket, feeling no pull to wait. That surprised me. At lunch, Sarah stopped by the office. "I signed the lease," she said. "Welcome," I replied. She smiled. "You don't hover." "I trust people," I said. "Until they teach me otherwise." She studied me. "That sounds earned." "It was," I replied. That evening, I sat alone with the lights off, city glowing through the window. I thought about power. How I once believed it lived in approval. How I once thought love meant silence. I laughed quietly. "Wrong twice," I said to myself. Rafik called. "You free?" "Yes," I said. "Good. Come out." We walked the block. No agenda. "You're different," he said. "I'm aligned," I replied. "With what?" "With my name," I said. "With what it means to carry it." He grinned. "That sounds permanent." "It is," I said. Back home, I opened the folder one last time. Not to review. To let go. I placed it in a drawer and closed it. No locking. No hiding. The past didn't need guarding anymore. Before bed, my phone buzzed again. "Do you ever think about us?" I exhaled slowly. "I think about lessons," I replied. "Not loops." Dots appeared. Disappeared. Then one last message. "I hope you're happy." I considered the words carefully. "I am at peace," I wrote. "There's a difference." That was the end of it. I slept deeply that night. In the morning, sunlight spilled across the floor. I made coffee and stood by the window, watching the city wake. Nothing dramatic waited for me. No revenge. No apology. Just continuity. I realized something important then. Closure doesn't announce itself. It shows up quietly, when you stop checking old doors. I picked up my keys and headed out. A tenant held the door open. "After you." "Thank you," I said. Outside, the air felt steady. I didn't feel powerful. I felt complete. My name was still mine. Not because it was protected by documents, but because I no longer needed anyone else to say it mattered. And that, I understood, was the final return.